little baby, change your bracelet.
Hi guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Olivia Jarvis. Today I'm going to be taking you through one of my glute workouts, leg workouts, booty workouts, whatever you want to call it. And I'm also going to chat to you about how I've grown my glutes and things that have helped me to grow my glutes. This has been an area that I really struggled with as I naturally have zero bum at all. It's like a sort of square shape naturally, but I've grown it a bit and I'm still trying to grow. And yeah, I'll probably hit a plateau for quite a while where I just wasn't really growing, and to be honest it was just because of a few things that I'm going to talk to you about. Also, I've got ridiculously, my ears are so red right now. I've gone like, I keep going hot to cold. It is super cold here in Manchester today and I feel like I just want to be in hibernation mode forever and just be sat watching Christmas films with mince pies. That'd be my ideal situation. Also, to film this video I must admit I took off my trusty dressing gown. Right, I need a new one. I don't really like this colour anymore. Don't know about you, but I literally live in my dressing gown in the winter months. I just put it on top of all my clothes, doesn't matter what we're wearing as soon as I come in. So yeah, I'm going to show you through my workout and I will be doing a voiceover. So after my warm-up and glute activation, I'm starting with the single leg glute kickback using the Smith machine. Here I'm doing 3 sets of 10 reps on each leg. Now really focus on clenching your glutes and getting squeeze as well as in your lower back. This really helps isolate and activate each individual glute. So next up is Smith machine RDLs. Here I'm doing 4 sets of 10 reps, focusing on getting down really low at the end of each movement and focusing on the mind muscle connection, like mainly my hamstrings here. So going straight from the Smith machine RDLs into dumbbell sumo squats. Here I'm doing 4 sets of 10 pulses and really squeezing as I come up, just keeping that tension. Make sure your heels are wide apart and drive up from your heels. Then I'm moving on to the barbell back squat. Here I did 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Then this set here that you're watching is my 4th set where I just did 1 rep of a heavy weight. I'm trying to push myself and sort of see what I can do at the moment. Moving on to hip thrusts on the Smith machine. There's loads of different variations to do hip thrusts on, but I just quite like to mix things up, keep things exciting. This is literally my go-to on leg day and is such a good sort of central booty exercise and absolute favourite for building the booty. Remember to keep your head looking forward and chin into your chest. This really helps get that better contact in your glutes. And I quite like how you can make this sort of really heavy. And here I did 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Then as a finisher I am moving into a different glute kickback machine, and I absolutely love this at the moment. I can really feel the burn and tension. Like I said, I'm really isolating my glutes at the moment. And you can, if you don't have this machine, you can do it on cables. And here I'm doing 3 sets of 10 reps on each. Number one. First things first, I think activation is absolutely key. And this is something I probably went wrong with for quite some time, and I wasn't warming up or activating my glutes at all. And I think that was why I was mainly getting gains sort of in my quite quad dominant in my quads opposed to any booty gains. So activation is key, and just warming up in general, whether it's your training legs or whatever, is so important because it prevents injuries. And I've had a few like hip injuries in the past as well, so yeah, warming up is key. So I tend to use resistance bands to activate. I'll do like side kicks, glute kickbacks, donkey kicks, and just really get mind to muscle like contractions going on. Be thinking about what you're actually trying to work, but literally now I'll do sort of 10-15 minutes of activating my glutes. I'll just, if I don't have a resistance band that day, I'll just get on a mat and just some donkey kicks and just activate your bum and make sure you can really feel it. I'll sometimes do some squats and stuff. I do think resistance bands are really good because it just gets that extra burn and just gives, you know, creates tension. Or alternatively, I will use the Stairmaster or like the treadmill. I'll just put it on an inclined walk, and sometimes I'll do some like kickback on the Stairmaster. My second tip for growing your glutes would be to make sure you're eating. I'm going to save this topic for a future video, like a nutritional one, if you'd like to see that, because I think there's so much I can talk about, and this is a major factor that I was doing so wrong for so long. I just wasn't eating enough and I was scared of overeating and just getting fat. But honestly, I don't feel like it's really hard to grow if you're not eating enough, and especially sort of in your booty area. Third Thirdly, my biggest tip would be make sure you're progressive overloading, and that just basically means you're progressing and you're increasing your weight and just challenging yourself, you know, in order to grow. So this basically just means like increasing the weight and increasing your reps of the heavier weight, or decreasing rest, like your rest rate. So maybe if you're resting for 2 to 3 minutes between sets, if you're wanting to like intensify your workout, then, you know, bring it down to 30 seconds or just a minute. I think monitoring is really key as well, like monitoring your progress kind of links in with this, with progressive overload. Like make sure you've got your PBs written down, your personal bests, and each week like you jot down like the heaviest you've done. But I must admit, I have been so bad in previous times where I've like upped my weight and then my form has gone out the window, and that definitely doesn't help you make them like booty gains, because your form's key. And I think I've done it a few times where, say, if like my form's just kind of gone out the window. I remember one time like with squats and stuff, like my form just went pear-shaped, and I just think it's good sometimes to take stuff back to basics, like take the weight off and just make sure you've got your form like A1. So yeah, form shouldn't be compromised with weight. Like make sure you can comfortably do your rep range as you're increasing the weight. I always incorporate compound exercises into my booty workouts, such as barbell hip thrusts. Barbell hip thrusts are my absolute ultimate favourite in the world for sort of building a booty and trying to grow a booty, because you can kind of you can stack the weight up, and whereas I don't really, I do like squats, but I find hip thrusts really target, and I've seen sort of the most gains getting the weights. But however, I would make sure you're using a good firm roller, you know, where you put like on your hip area, because the amount of times I've got really sore. In fact, even now I'm still quite sore from the other day. But yeah, they are such a good booty builder. And then obviously being consistent with the gym, like you're not going to see or make the gains that you want if you're, I don't know, training legs 2 times in 1 week and then not training at all the next week and then training once the following week. Like I think consistency is key. If you stick to, you know, your compound lifts and increasing your weight, and you're progressing and using progressive overload, then you can't really go wrong. I keep going like that. I was having like a rave in the kitchen earlier and singing and stuff to Ariana Grande's new song, and I think I've gone a bit over the top. My throat is literally so sore. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to talk about is frequency. Like I think I went for a period of overtraining my legs and not giving myself enough time to recover. So I went for a stage of probably trying to train the legs like 4 times a week. I just constantly felt achy, and then I was cutting my shorts or like just going too intense and wasn't seeing like the results that I wanted to. So I think it's so important to give yourself time to recover and not completely cut yourself out to max intensity all the time, but also don't make it unenjoyable as well. Because I remember I went through a stage where I was just overtraining and I kind of lost the love for my training, whereas now I'm in a good stage. But if I've had enough sleep and recovery like throughout the week, I aim to train booty and legs 2 to 3 times a week. Recently when I went to Turkey, I didn't train that much over there at all, and I felt like I created the most gains then, which is a bit strange, but I think that is all down to like rest period. I think rest is good every now and then. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and like the video down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.